Hey everyone, today I've got the Post movie review. Extra, extra, read all about it. Or is this movie just a bunch of fake news? So, as far as the story goes, Steven Spielberg directs yet another compelling film that is based off of a true story about the events of a newspaper exposing government secrets and wanting to publish them, and hopefully not trying to get in major trouble for it. And this is a movie that, I didn't really go into this with, a lot of expectations. I went in hoping that this was at least going to be a good film because, the story was compelling. It has a great director, Steven Spielberg, who I know has made a lot of great movies that really move you as far as, events that occur in the films, and seeing the compelling characters and what really makes all of these unique stories come to life. And especially if you haven't really known too much about what was going on, because in this movie you've got this one woman who is the leader of this paper, and that's the Washington Post, and they're trying to compete with other newspapers trying to break out this big huge story that's happening in the United States that is starting all the way from the Vietnam War era, and for years all of these different things were going on. I'm starting to slowly get into seeing what is all unfolding, and even though, at first it was sort of a slow start until it later picked up in the film exactly how energetic, the story was starting to appear. It definitely put a smile on my face to seeing the interactions with people and how they were reacting to these different things playing out left and right, and I just thought it was like one of the craziest things I had ever seen. And it kind of reminds me of Spotlight in a way, and that was also another award nominated film. This could definitely be on par with that movie. Now, as far as the casting goes, you've got an ensemble cast of really great actors that I admire, one of whom being Meryl Streep, who was pretty incredible as Katharine Graham, who was the first woman to be in her position at this newspaper, and I thought she definitely pulled off this role very well, and leading meetings alongside Tom Hanks, who I know has worked with Steven Spielberg on many films, so him being in this movie was a perfect fit. And his character was pretty intense to watch because he's trying to be a part of that glue to keep all of the people who are working on this newspaper together. We've also got other pretty good stand-up performances by Bob Odenkirk, Sarah Paulson, and many more. So the things that I liked about this movie was that it was pretty interesting to see what was all happening, the things that kept on getting exposed. And this movie wasn't like House of Cards where people were getting taken out for knowing certain things, but at least people were taking this all the way to the Supreme Court. So I thought that was also pretty intense. Full-blown action mode, trying to get this stuff on print before they could potentially go to prison for it. And I just thought it was really exciting and intense to watch this film. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was, like I said, it did have a slow start to it, so it didn't start to pick up until the end. And even though I did like what they were sort of leading into in the end, I really felt like at times some things felt like it was going nowhere. Not that this movie was necessarily boring to watch, but I know there were some things that really didn't always keep me interested to see. So, overall, I would say that this movie was still a pretty decent film. I think it is worth a watch. I think it is definitely an important film to see during this time when maybe the news isn't always being taken seriously and people are trying to do the right thing. So it kind of shows that in this film. And whatever they found to be important back then, I think is very important in today's society. So I would highly recommend seeing this film, and I would give this 4 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the post, and as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.